All right, guys. So once again, I've got to press the record button. So today, what we are doing is a CO2 table, static breath hold table, which is going to be focused on getting a really strong CO2 narcosis, which is going to help us do longer breath holds as we go on. Now, the only difference between this table and what we've done in the past is that for this table, we're going to have 4 like warm-up breath holds in the beginning, and they're going to be done at a 4-minute interval, and we're going to do no hyperventilation whatsoever for those warm-ups. So the whole purpose of these warm-ups is to put the CO2 in your body. It's to get it in there. So, you know, if you're experiencing early urges to breathe, fantastic. If you're getting to 2 minutes and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die, fantastic. Obviously, still operate with the parameters that you are to never have a negative breath holding experience. So that's always the parameter there. But that's obviously the goal. The goal is to comfortably load yourself with CO2. Cool. Make sense, Park? Cool. All right. Does anyone have any questions about anything? Or should we... Oh, for the people who have just arrived, the No Fins course is ready. I finished it about 2 minutes ago. So I'll send you all the links for that. I'll put them in the groups after this. That one goes only into the Patreon group, just so you guys know, the link to that course, the free link, paid link to the Facebook group. Yeah.
When I'm hitting my max breath hold, I am getting the urge to pee.
Yes, you are. So what's going on is you're having a peripheral blood vessel constriction, all the blood's moving to your core, and then your kidneys, that monitor the levels of blood in your body, are basically saying, oh, wow, we have too much fluid, too much blood, because it's registering that in your core, and then you're pissing out excess fluid from your blood. But in general, the dive reflex makes you pee.
Okay.
So it's good. It's a good thing. I mean, you know, get up, go to the toilet. I'll be honest with you, it is a rarity in which I don't have to stop a static table halfway through to do a 1 or a 2. So.
What about your 100 meter dives? Are you peeing as you're going down?
I'm not, as I have peed at 100 meters. Honestly, I have. But no, I'm always make sure like peeing is part of my breathe up experience. I'm like sitting there relaxing, having a nice big pee in my wet. With me. So that happens. Yeah. There are a few divers who have shat themselves on dives.
Thank you. Next question.
Yeah, that happens. The one who I feel absolutely comfortable telling you about is Goran from Croatia. You know, he does really big dynamic swims. You know, you swim almost 300 meters underwater in a pool, you're going to shit yourself. So. If anyone knows Goran, or if anyone's in contact with Goran, just write to him and say, so Adam told me today that, you know, sometimes when you've done big dynamics, you've shat yourself. And he will tell you right back when he was coaching me, how often I would shit myself before or during big dynamics as well. So, all right, the dive reflex just makes you go.
What a thing.
Yeah. Cleansing experience. Oh, cool. All right, so are we all ready? So we're going to do, in total, 10 breath holds. I know it's a lot. What you're probably going to find the most challenging on this table is your throat will start to get sore towards the end from holding in the big breaths. So just work with that. And if you need to like have a break on one of the breath holds towards the end, have a break as opposed to just like battling all the way. You know, but make sure you stick to the 4 warm-ups and then just feel it out for yourself as we're going along. Okay. So timing.
Adam, how long should the warm-ups be?
However long you're comfortable to hold your breath. So basically, the goal of the warm-up is to load your body with as much CO2 as possible, as long as you're not having a bad experience. So that's the balance. You want as much CO2 as you can. You want as little recovery as you can, but you want no negative breath holding experience. And when we're doing warm-ups like this, don't ever feel. Sometimes I do warm-ups like this where I keep a lot of CO2 in, and the intention is to get an early urge to breathe in some respects. Try not to let that affect your mental state for how you're going to feel for your other breath holds, because when you have more recovery and a little bit of purging towards the end, the breath hold is totally different. So just don't let that get in your head. All right.
Cool.
So let's get ourselves nice and comfortable. Yeah, there we go. I was wondering, Michael, if you were going to do the whole thing sitting in your chair.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Alrighty, guys, we have 2 minutes to breathe. 2 minutes. We're just tidal breathing. And the first 4 breath holds are going to be going in an interval of 4 minutes. We want to keep as much CO2 in the body as we can. We don't want to do any hyperventilating. One minute. Thirty seconds. 20. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath. Beautiful. Filling up as much air as you can take in while remaining relaxed. Good. Now relax your stomach, relax your diaphragm, relax your chest. We went into these warm-ups completely cold. No breathing, no stretching, no nothing. So it is normal if you feel, I suppose, like some weird sensations, or you feel maybe not fully ready, not fully prepared. We're just going to let ourselves ease into this. That's 1 minute. Just reminding ourselves that Any weird sensations or feelings that we feel in this first breath hold? Just you getting used to breath holding again, you turning on the body for breath holds. 1 minute 30. These sensations don't come back when we're warmed up, they don't come back for the big breath holds. Realms of comfort. 1:45. That's 2 minutes now. Good. Beautiful. Good work. Now just tidal breathing, getting ready for the next one. 2 minutes 30. Trying to stay as absolutely still as we can. Letting the blood move away from our limbs to our core. 2:45. That's 3 minutes, so we have 1 minute to breathe. Remember, no purge breathing, no hyperventilating before this next one as well. Good. That's 3 minutes 30, 3:30. 3:20. Oh, sorry, 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Second warm up. Full breath. Inhaling as deeply as we can without losing any of our relaxation. Good. Making sure our stomachs are relaxed. Making sure the diaphragm below is relaxed. Moving the mind up through the ribs. Making sure the intercostals are disengaged and relaxed. Chest has no tension at all. The chest is relaxed. And so are the shoulders. The back of the neck. All the blades as well. Muscles running along the spine. It's been 1 minute now. Everything is relaxed. Your throat is relaxed. Muscles in your face. Your head is heavy and sinks into the floor. That's 1 minute 30. Sitting with the urge to breathe, allowing it to build just a bit. As long as it's comfortable, it's 2 minutes. As long as the urge to breathe isn't bothering us, as long as it's okay and we can handle it, we just roll on. The whole point of this drill right now is to load the body up with carbon dioxide. Good work. Very nice. Good work. 2 minutes 30 now. 2 minutes 30. Good. Loading the body up with CO2. We do our 3 or 4, however many you need, recovery breaths, and we just immediately start to tidal breathe. Remembering that the whole point of this drill is to load the body with CO2. That's 3 minutes now, 1 minute to breathe. Tidal breathing all the way to the end. No purging, no hyperventilating. It's 3 minutes 30, so there's 30 seconds. Shallow, small, slow breathing. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath. Good. And then relaxing everything. It's always important to make sure the diaphragm after that big breath carries no tension in it. An engaged or a tense diaphragm will bring on an earlier urge to breathe. Remaining as still as we possibly can. Shutting down the body muscle by muscle, bit by bit. Tension in those toes. No tension in the feet. No tension in the bottom of the feet. No tension in the ankles. Ankles are loose, disengaged. Calves are loose. The muscles are soft. It's been 1 minute. Knees are loose as well, disengaged, sinking. All the muscles in your thighs, the back of the thighs on the floor, the front of your thighs and your quadriceps and your quads, all loose, all disengaged. Experiencing any urge to breathe or any feelings of discomfort. 1 minute 30, that's okay. We've been trying to build up CO2 in the body. For as long as you can, as long as you're comfortable, and then breathe. That's 2 minutes. Good work, guys. Still as we can. Controlling the contractions. Being comfortable with the urge to breathe. That's 2:30. Loading the body up with CO2. That's 3 minutes. 1 minute to breathe before the next one. The next one will be our final warm-up. Good work. We're going to move to a 5-minute interval on the next one. That's 3 minutes 30. Tidal breathing still, no purging, no hyperventilating. "20 seconds. "10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath. Remaining totally still. Carrying no tension in the face. Carrying no tension in the head. Is totally disengaged. Shoulders are loose, disengaged. In more than 1 minute now. The shoulder blades are loose, no tension at all. The back, muscles along the spine are loose. Everything in the chest is disengaged. Everything in your ribs is loose as well. The diaphragm is soft and unactivated, and so is your stomach. 1 minute 35. With all that air in your lungs, the stomach should just pop out ever so slightly, as long as it's disengaged and relaxed. If we're experiencing any urge to breathe, try not to fight it. It's 2 minutes. Control your contractions. Use the tongue block to stop the contractions. The urge to breathe will increase and then release. Allow yourself to have a contraction, and the urge to breathe will disappear for a while. Good stuff, guys. All right. That's 2 minutes 30, which gives us 2 minutes 30 to breathe before the next one. We're going to start purging before these next breath holds. There's 2 minutes to breathe before the next one. It's been 3 minutes. You've all built up a lot of CO2 in the body. As you start to do these longer breath holds, you're going to slowly feel yourself becoming more and more narked on CO2. You're going to feel the breath holds getting easier and easier and easier, and the sensations getting more and more pleasant. That's 3:30. Only continue if the urge to breathe feels fine, if it's not bothering you, if it's not negative at all. 3:45, minute 15 to breathe before the next one. Good. That's 4 minutes. Good. 1 minute. 1 minute to breathe. Next two will be done at 5-minute intervals, and we're going to move to 6-minute intervals. All right, 30 seconds. Start our first hyperventilation breath. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final breath. Inhaling as deeply as you can without losing that relaxation. And then immediately we just relax everything in the body. Most importantly, that diaphragm and that stomach. Keep the mind present in the body. Relax every bit of your body, every muscle group, one by one. It's been 1 minute now. It's been 1 minute 30. Just remember that this is going to be a slow build, and that after this breath hold, we have 5 more to go. That's 2 minutes. Remember that we can postpone the urge to breathe by forcing relaxation into the diaphragm and stomach when we feel it beginning. When we feel it beginning, we push the relaxation down there, unactivate the diaphragm, unactivate the stomach. The urge to breathe momentarily goes away. And the contractions, 230. Sitting comfortably with the urge to breathe. That's 3 minutes now. 3 minutes. There's 2 minutes until the next one. Every breath hold will become more and more and more comfortable as the body loads up with more and more CO2. You'll get more and more narked, more and more high on carbon dioxide. That's 3 minutes 30. Minute 30 to breathe before the next one. And we've just hit 4 minutes. 1 minute to breathe. Good work. 4 minutes. Nice big breath hold so early on in the table. Alrighty, guys. Now we have 30 seconds. Let's begin our hyperventilating. "20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath. Filling up, filling up, filling up, filling up. As much air as we can inhale without losing that relaxation. And then just waiting and pausing for that feeling of fullness to go away. That feeling of fullness after the full breath slowly dissipates as the body settles into the breath hold. And that stomach is 100% unactivated and relaxed. And the diaphragm below it is disengaged as well. It's not activated, it's loose. The stomach is allowed to pop forward slightly. The intercostals along our ribs are disengaged. The chest is disengaged and totally relaxed. The shoulders are totally relaxed and disengaged. The shoulder blades as well have no tension in them at all. Our arms are loose. Our elbows are loose. Our forearms are disengaged. And we are totally relaxed. No tension in our hands, none in the fingers. It's been 1 minute 30 already. The back of the neck is disengaged and relaxed. So is the throat around the front of the neck. Ears, muscles in the face, the head is totally loose and slack, and everything just sinks into the floor. We can postpone any contractions or urge to breathe by unactivating the diaphragm. 2 minutes. When the urge to breathe begins, the diaphragm begins to activate, begins to engage, begins to tense. And we can just relax it and push the urge to breathe and the contractions away for a while. That's 2 minutes 30 now. Good. Good work, guys. That's 2:45. Nice, that's 3 minutes already. 2 minutes to breathe before the next one. Then we're going to move to a 6-minute interval. Beautiful. That's 3 minutes 30. Trying to remain as still as possible, keeping all the blood in the core. Using the tongue block to stop the contractions. Press the tongue against the roof of the mouth and hold some tension in your stomach. Let the urge to breathe build up. And then when you don't want it there anymore, let it go. That's 4 minutes. 1 minute to breathe before the next one. Good. 30 seconds, begin hyperventilating. 20. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath. Good. Taking a moment to enjoy that feeling of silence and quiet and stillness. These breath holds are your time in the day, and everything else just stops. And you're focused only on your body. You're in complete control of your body too. When you want your body to be loose, it's loose. When you want your stomach and your diaphragm and all the muscles around your lungs to be disengaged, then they're disengaged. There is no tension anywhere. One 30. It's been 1 minute 30 already. If there's any urge to breathe beginning, enforce that relaxation into your diaphragm and stomach and your intercostals and push the urge to breathe away. You have the absolute power to stop it. That's 2 minutes now. We'll be going at a 6-minute interval for this one, so there's 4 minutes to breathe before the next one. Two minutes and 30 seconds. $2:45. Good, that's 3 minutes now. So 3 minutes to breathe and before the next one. Good. Controlling those contractions. We can even count them in groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or we can stop them entirely by pressing the tongue against the roof of the mouth and holding tension in the stomach. It's over 3 minutes 30 now. That's 3:45. And we've just reached 4 minutes. 4 minutes with 2 minutes to breathe before the next one. 4:15. 4:30, 1 minute 30 to breathe. For this next breath hold, we're going to be taking 4 purge breaths, and we're going to start that 40 seconds out. Good. We're just about to hit 5 minutes and have 1 minute to breathe before the next one. And that's now 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 1 minute to breathe. All right. Relaxing, tidal breathing. And there's 40 seconds. Let's begin our hyperventilation. 30 seconds. Good. Nice big 80% inhales. Relaxed in, passively relaxed out. 20 seconds. 4 of these only. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath. Full, full, full. Inhale as deeply as you can without losing any of that relaxation. If we're packing, pack as many times as you're comfortable and then just hold. Move that mind down into your stomach, letting the stomach pop out, letting the diaphragm below it be loose and unactivated. Move that mind down now to your lower abdomen, relaxing everything there. Relaxing all the muscles around your back, your lower back. Relaxing your bum muscles. Relaxing everything in your groin. Your hips should feel totally loose and relaxed, and it all should just sink into the floor. Your thighs are relaxed. Your quads, your hamstrings. Such heavy muscles, they just sink down. The knees as well, totally disengaged. They are loose and unactivated. Your calf muscles are loose as well. They sink into the floor. And so are your ankles. It's been 1 minute 30 now. Your feet are relaxed and disengaged. All the muscles along the bottom of your feet. Your toes are disengaged. Take a moment to move your mind through each one of your toes one by one. And relax each one of them. That's been 2 minutes now. If the urge to breathe begins, we make sure our stomachs and our diaphragm are relaxed. It's 2 minutes 30. And we push away the urge to breathe. It goes away for a while. It comes back and we do it again. We're controlling the contractions by holding tension in the stomach, 245, and pressing the tongue up against the roof of the mouth, using that tongue block. The contractions stop, but the urge to breathe gets worse. And then we release it to make the urge to breathe go away, and we have a contraction. Good. 3 minutes. 3 minutes to breathe before the next one. $3.15. 3:30. We can count our contractions in groups of 5 if we like. 3:45. That's 4 minutes now. Good. Control those contractions. That's 4 minutes and 30 seconds. We have 2 more breath holds to go after this. Good. 4:45. We're going to start our hyperventilation now. When I say 1 minute, we're going to do 6 hyperventilation breaths. Brandon, you'll stay with 3. And there's 1 minute. Begin our hyperventilation. Good. 6 deep, relaxed breaths. 80% of your maximum. A soft, relaxed inhale and a gentle, passive, slow exhale. 30 seconds. $20 seconds. 10 seconds, getting ready for that final breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath. Deep into the stomach, deep into the chest. If we're packing, we start our packing. And then we just totally relax. We make sure our stomachs are relaxed. We make sure our diaphragms are relaxed and unactivated. Our ribs, those intercostals, the chest, the shoulders should have no tension in them at all. The back of the neck should also have absolutely no tension at all. Our ears, the muscles in our face, the muscles in our throat, our head, no tension whatsoever. It's been 1 minute 30. We're in complete control of our body. If we feel any urge to breathe beginning, we push it away by enforcing a relaxation into our diaphragm and stomach. That's 2 minutes now. Sitting with the urge to breathe as long as it's comfortable. If the contractions and the urge to breathe don't feel bad, we just let ourselves roll on with them. That's 2 minutes 30. $2:45. That's 3 minutes now. Counting our contractions in groups of 5. 3:15. The next one will be the last one. 3:30. 2.5 minutes to breathe before the last breath hold. 3:45. That's 4 minutes now. Staying relaxed, not moving the body, keeping all the blood in the core, keeping the body's metabolism slow, keeping the heart rate slow. That's 4 minutes 30 now. 4 minutes 30. Next one will be the last one. If anyone's still holding their breath now, let's start to breathe so we can get ready for a longer last breath hold. All right, guys, now let's begin our hyperventilation. Brandon, you can hyperventilate for the rest of this one as well. Everyone hyperventilating. 1 minute to breathe. That's 30 seconds. That's 20 seconds. Ten seconds, getting ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath, filling the stomach, filling the intercostals, filling the chest. If you need to, or if you want to, packing at the end of it. And our stomach is just totally disengaged and relaxed. The diaphragm below has no tension in it whatsoever. All the muscles along the sides and front of your ribs are disengaged as well. Let them just go loose. Everything from the inside of your pectorals to the outside of your pectorals and your chest is also loose, relaxed, and disengaged. The muscles along the top of your shoulders next to your neck are relaxed and disengaged. So are the shoulders, the joint themselves. The back of your neck is 100% unactivated, sinking into the floor. And so are your shoulder blades. And so are the muscles running along your spine and all the other muscles in your back. Your ears and the muscles in your face and head are just slack and loose and unactivated. It's been 1 minute 30 already. And everything is just sinking heavily down into the floor. Your arms are loose with no tension. Your elbows are disengaged. Your forearms have no tension whatsoever. Your hands, your palm, your fingers, everything loose, everything slack, sinking into the floor. It's been 2 minutes already. We're postponing any urge to breathe by enforcing relaxation into the diaphragm and stomach. Keeping everything around the lungs, all the muscles, keeping them loose. That's 2 minutes 30 now. Already at 2 minutes 30. And if contractions are beginning, we try to control them. And if we can't control them, we just count them in groups of 5. 2 minutes 45 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Round and round and round. 3 minutes. Already reached 3 minutes. Good. $3.15. That's 3 minutes 30 now. The longer we go on, the easier it becomes. The more CO2 circulates around our body, and the sensations of the urge to breathe decrease and decrease and decrease. That's 3:45. Good. Very nice. That's 4 minutes remaining as absolutely still as we can. Good. Mm-hmm. 4:15. That's 4:30. $4:45. Counting those contractions, rounds of 5. That's 5 minutes now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5:15. This is the last breath hold, so if you're done, you can sit up or do whatever your heart desires. That's 5 minutes 30 now. The eyes should be nice and open. Keeping track of our vision. That's 5:45. And we've just reached 6 minutes. 6 minutes. And breathe. Good work. Good. 6:05. Cool bananas, guys. Woo! How'd you like that? Oh, let me turn. I put you all on mute. Unmute. 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 Everybody can talk. Nothing like that. Cool.
So I have a stuffy nose, and at around 4 minutes, I could feel it decongesting itself in my head.
Cool.
And then I kept having like this desire to sneeze or like sniffle, or it was horrible.
That's called coronavirus, and you but I mean, like, you know, if you're not feeling 100%, then you know that's gonna have a huge impact on your breath hold. But man, you did.
Totally.
I mean, I think Brandon, in your instance, if you wanted to do like a PB or a big breath hold today, you would have, or you should have, given yourself more recovery time towards the end. But mind you, if we were to design a table for you at this stage, we'd be going for the last at least 4 of them. We'd be going at 7-minute intervals. So we're making like a happy medium. Because Brandon,
Sure.
His PB now is 6:30. So I can imagine he wants that 7. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. So you know what I mean. So like in the future, if you do want to go for the bigger one, just control it so you give yourself more recovery. But what you did tonight was really, really great. You basically went to within 1 minute of the interval just about every time, which was, you know, you're doing like 5 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 1 minute. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
How did you guys go? Did anyone PB tonight? Did anyone get close? Did they feel better? Did they feel worse? Like what are we feeling?
So fatigue in the body. I couldn't rest my mind. So this discomfort. Like I wanted to do PB, but I couldn't. So I a little friction of that wanting and doing.
You're not always going to be in the mental state or physical state to do your personal best. I mean, even though this exercise was designed to basically create the circumstances for you to do your best, that's just the exercise. Like, you know, then there's you and you, what's going on with you changes based on how your day was, how you slept, how you ate. Like so many little factors. If you're feeling motivated at the moment, if you're feeling like, you know, because when you get to the end and it gets challenging, if there's no fire in the belly, it's like, oh, well, this is hard, I'm going to stop. And you have those days. You have the days where you're ready to go. So you've just got to respect yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I feel a little sensation, but I didn't feel any for now into the diaphragm. I think I feel my diaphragm to relaxing for the first time.
Good.
That's new feeling sensation.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Hello, Jeff.
I found that it was like my brain knotted up on the last one.
Yeah.
That there was just too much tension and the body and everything felt great, but it was you're breathing.
You know, we did 10 breath holds. Maybe it was too much.
I was still at about 3:30, but
yeah, I mean, like, you know, if sometimes when I do long tables, I get to the end and I just give up. You know what I mean? Because it's so many breath holds in a row, which there are not obviously the whole time, but there are periods of fight. And you just get to the end, and I'm tired of fighting. It's gonna, you know, I did a pretty good hold in the last one. I'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, like this, I suppose, like this, the exercise was designed to give you like the platform to do something really big. Whether it works for you or whether you were like in the state for it, it was the right exercise, totally all up in the air, right? But like, you know, you have to factor in that 10 breath holds is quite a lot. And the warm-up breath holds in the beginning are probably going to be reasonably uncomfortable as far as breath holding goes. Like I was hoping you weren't going to just be like sitting there getting smashed around with contractions, but it's going to be reasonably uncomfortable because you're going in cold, you're going in with no hyperventilating, no relief at all. It's just like keep all the CO2 in and hold your breath. So that could have had an impact on like just the sheer duration of it and how you felt at the end. But Jeff, I saw you do some pretty big holds.
I hit a 415. Thank you.
I started doing this to Erin whenever she would make comments about me, and she's like, "Adam, what's that mean?" It's like it's rock and roll, Erin. All right, it's rock and roll. Just leave me. Sorry, Alex, you were about to say something, I think.
Yeah, I had a question about contractions. I mean, I've been noticing that, for example, my contractions are faster than, for example, what you are counting or what I can see from Brandon on the video. And I was just wondering, is there a way also not just to suppress them, but also to influence how fast they tick through the body?
The only way I know how to control the speed is to control, it is the same method of suppression, by which I mean like to stop them for a moment, let them go, to stop them for a moment, let them go. I think that's fairly individual. You know, your like respiratory muscles just like working fast. You know, they got somewhere to be. So yeah, that's just the nature of the beast as well. But it's not necessarily a bad thing that the contractions are moving fast.
Yeah, I know a guy who gets really, really fast, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they're very small contractions for him.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like I'm more of a medium size contraction and medium like time contraction. But yeah, I think everyone is different.
Yeah, I would be medium speed but heavy movement. Like I get thrown from one side of the bed to the other. The size of my contractions. I don't know why too. It might be because I have a really flexible rib cage, or maybe that's just what my body wants to do. I'm not really sure.
So on the contraction, we push the belly outside. Little outside.
So you push. So basically, when the contraction coming in, like right here on the top of the stomach, just below the rib cage, you like tense it, and like when you tense this part of the body, it naturally pushes out a little bit, right?
Yes.
So you tense it, not like really strongly, just gently tense, and then press the tongue in through the mouth.
Yeah.
And they should stop for a while. You probably won't be able to stop them for very long, but when you're stopping them, the urge to breathe, right? That feeling will increase in its intensity. But then when you let it go, you have a contraction, the urge to breathe decreases. And so it's like, none of these things are really making anything go away, right? It's like you're either having contractions and the urge to breathe at a regular amount, or you're stopping the contractions, increasing the urge to breathe, or you're increasing the contractions and stopping the urge to breathe. Like, it just gives you control so that you're the one deciding what you're experiencing at any given time, rather than you just being like, whoa, here we go. Hold on, let's get ready for this ride. And like, woo.
So, pick what's best for you then, right?
Sorry?
Pick what's best for you then, right? Like,
Totally.
okay.
Some people are all about going for the ride.
Yeah.
Mindset.
Yeah. Some people prefer to be in control. Some people prefer to give up control. It's totally individual.
I'd rather let the convulsions take over.
And I am certain, Jeff, that in your cupboard we'll find a little collar, a little gimp suit.
No. Like, okay, I'm new. But no, that's what felt more comfortable, even in the 4 minutes. Like,
No, Jeff, I agree. Like, I go through phases. Like, for example, if I'm doing a table where, like, I'm doing like more intense breath holds with shorter intervals, I don't know. I like to really control it. But when I'm going for a max, I just give up totally. I just like surrender to the experience and just let it happen. So, but you know, it's totally a personal thing, and like you just gotta find what works for you as well. Yeah.
So the contractions just happen continuously then after that amount of time, because I struggle to get to that point at all.
You struggle to get to the point where the contractions begin?
Yeah, like I do the tongue thing and fight it for a little while, and then I kind of struggle, yeah.
You're like, oh, this sucks. Yeah, that's fair enough. So the other thing is that like everyone like, okay, when you feel it, do you feel like a reasonably strong, like, urge to breathe?
Kind of like, it's almost like that burning sensation and then like needing to pee. I'm really glad that's out in the open now, by the way.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there are adult nappies, by the way, if you knew. So like basically, like, we're all gonna have a comfort with the sensations as well. So like, for example, like Jeff is fairly new and he's pulling out some really big breath holds, which actually, and Ivan as well, you know, like you've just really just begun this journey. And so like, but like, just so you know, like that wasn't me. Just, I remember like really struggling to get over a minute and a half for like a really long time, because for whatever reason, I experienced the urge to breathe really intensely. I didn't find any of the sensations comfortable. Like when we have a lot of people that sort of just begin and it's like, okay, you must be sweet with this feeling, you know, you must not, or maybe you're not getting the feeling as intensely as other people. So it's the exact same thing as I was saying to Ivan, where it's like, you just have to respect your body, respect yourself, and just do what you can. And just know that obviously the more you train, the more you hold your breath, the better it will get. The longer you'll be able to go without getting the urge to breathe, the lower the intensity of the urge to breathe will become as well. So everything just gets more and more comfortable and relaxed as time goes on. Like, but if you do have to just sort of be sweet with where you're at, and not really like be pushing or gunning for anything, because then you'll just burn out. Oh, I'm running on low battery. I'm just going to plug this in. One sec. So what was Paul? You were asking something?
Yeah, so, well, you actually just answered my question. So my urge to breathe, first of all, when we first started, my contractions started like 1 minute.
Uh-huh.
And say 5 or 6 repetitions in, they would be starting at like 2 minutes. So that delay was definitely happening.
Cool.
But also just about the level of discomfort, like I really don't like to push. Today was a personal best for me. I did 3.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
But like I don't have any desire to. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think if I had to, I really could go a lot further. But there's nothing in my body wants me to do that.
Totally. I promise you, if you had to, you could. Right? Like, if you had to, you'd go right until the end. But what you'll find is as long as you maintain that mentality and that method of training that you're talking about, is that you'll just find yourself naturally increasing over time without ever really having pushed or ever really having a bad experience. And you'll be able to do repeatable big breath holds. So like, what happens to a lot of people when they really push?
Is anyone else struggling with it?
Yeah,
Sorry? Oh, hello?
You really slowed down and then you sped
did
up.
I?
Yeah.
Hello. Well, all I was saying is that if you get like the road to getting to like big breath holds, there tends to be 2 kind of roads. There's the road where you push yourself, you get there pretty quickly, and there's the road where you go slower and you take a longer period of time to get there. The difference between these 2 things is that this road gives you repeatable big breath holds, whereas this road, you probably be able to pull them out only when you've got like some fire in your stomach and like you really feel like hurting yourself and pushing and going for it. You know, it's what it's like. Do you know what I mean? So like if Paul, if you just keep training in your current method, you get to huge breath holds without having bad experiences or without the sensations being bad.
Yeah. I've been pushing myself a little bit, and I could see that happening even just in that breath hold there. I hit a best of 415, and then I had to dial it back to 330. Totally.
Because even, I mean, obviously, you know, good stuff on the PB.
Thank you.
But you probably got there too early, right? You probably pushed yourself there. No, I don't know how much you push yourself as well. Maybe sometimes it's okay to give yourself a little nudge. But you can already see how it's not repeatable if you accelerate beyond the point of comfort.
So it's quite difficult to talk about these sort of levels of how far you're pushing yourself because we have no measure.
Mhm.
So
No one does.
For me now, when I do a PV, I find I may start to experience some tingling, like in my extremities,
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, I guess that's the only real experience I have that I go, oh, okay, now that's something I can recognize, like this is a level of pushing. Now I wonder.
I think we lost it. There we go.
He's here.
Wow, something happened.
We didn't lose me.
I heard tingling.
Oh, okay. So what I was saying is, it's difficult to talk about levels of how far you're pushing without us having any kind of measurable.
Totally.
But for me, like now when I do a PV, I may start to experience slight tingling in my extremities, my fingers, my toes.
Yeah.
So for me, that's a measurable. I wonder if there's what measurables do any of you experience beyond that? That, you know, maybe what I'm doing is early days. Maybe it's actually I am pushing and I don't know it.
No, like in your case, Paul, are you experiencing like reasonably large contractions or a strong urge to breathe?
Yeah, I mean, I experience a strong urge to breathe pretty early on.
Okay.
And I'm not able to stop it with my tongue.
It will stop the urge to breathe. It only stops the contractions.
Yeah, but even I can't stop the contractions.
That's okay.
I can relax them a little. I can definitely soften the intensity of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, guys. Do you have any other marker? I mean, I always found it quite difficult to have markers for things like this because, I mean, everyone experiences the urge to breathe and contractions at different times. Everyone experiences them at different times depending on how often they've been training, what kind of shape they're in at that moment. Everyone experiences them at different intensities. I've always found it quite difficult to create like a roadmap for how a breath hold should look and how far into that breath holding timeline you should go or you should allow yourself to push, or you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, do you guys have any markers you use?
Everything's changing. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Feeling is good.
I may get a signal one time that
afterwards.
But the signal may be different the next time. It may become in different sequence. Like I was getting, and I wanted to ask this, I was getting a really warm core temperature. Like it felt like my body.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, that's the blood shift. Sorry, the blood vessel constriction. That's all. I think
my problem was I was goal oriented, not enjoying the moment. I will do my best. 5 minutes. Okay, we'll do 5 minutes. Oh no, what's happening? I have no control. Man, just let it be. What is going on? Shut up. Oh.
Yeah. Oh man, we've all done that. Like, you know. Yeah. I feel like I spent years living within like just a system of goals until I learned how to let go of it. I was purely goal orientated for many, many years. It wasn't good. That's okay. It's part of the learning process.
Yeah, Paul, for me, like, you know, one where I started is definitely not where I am now. Like I started also having very early contractions and them feeling horrible. And part of it is just repetition of doing it, getting comfortable with the contractions, getting comfortable with the sensations that you're feeling, getting comfortable with the peripheral vasoconstriction of the blood moving away from your fingertips, causing any sort of tingling. That's going to be, I mean, that is one of the measures that I use of like, okay, so I first had my contraction. Okay, now I can sort of get to a point where I can control it. And it's, the first one is a really big one, and then I can control the little ones from there for a while. Then I feel the vasoconstriction, and then I do start to get warm at around 5.5 minutes. But I mean, that also changes from time to time too. And like, you know, more about it is, or more what I focus on is just trying to stay relaxed. And I feel like that's that's probably the biggest thing for me is, and like, you know, Adam says, is enjoying yourself and, you know, not pushing too far, too fast. Because I mean, yeah, I could have probably pushed to 6:30, 6:45 today. I would have felt horrible about it.
I thought you might have gone there. I was sitting there. I was like, I got real close to the screen. I was like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, no, and I had a feeling that you were watching too. But yeah, today I just didn't really feel it. But I mean, I will say that, you know, doing the CO2 loading beforehand did sort of help me relax.
Sorry.
All right.
No, you're fine. But Paul, yeah, I mean, you know, it's all about learning your own body and learning what your body wants to do when it wants to do it.
Yeah.
And just being gentle with it, I think.
Totally.
Yeah.
Try to romance your body into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's also just about not adopting any kind of fear around it. So like I probably need to go through this process of like, experiencing tingling and going.
And anytime you experience new sensations, you're always going to be a little bit wary of them. So the more it happens, the more comfortable you're going to get with it. Like, oh, this thing again. I know that when this happens, nothing bad's going on, and you know, you go, oh.
Hello, this is Michael.
Okay.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
And this is Rafaela.
Hello. Family Barros.
Yes.
Paul, one of the things that I do, like especially in the beginning when I was having a hard time sort of sitting feelings, was that I would remind myself that I have plenty of oxygen in my body and I can continue to just hold my breath. But the sensations that I'm feeling are because of a buildup of CO2, not because of a lack of oxygen. And in thinking about that, I was able to push myself forward, like, in terms of more being like, you know, these feelings are just my body telling me to exhale CO2, not I'm about to pass out because I have no air or no oxygen. And sitting with that feeling and reminding myself of that, I found really helpful for me. In just like pushing myself just a little bit more every single time. I mean, not going from like 4 minutes to 5 minutes to 6 minutes in like one session, but like, you know, 4 minutes to 4:10, then 4:15, then 4:20. But like, I don't know, maybe that's just me being a science-focused person. Like, I like thinking about the physiology and like, you know, knowing that I'm going to be okay. And this is just my body telling me to breathe, even though I know in my head that I can actually go for longer.
Yeah, I like the head. I found my head too.
Michael, how did you go today? I saw you doing some big holds over there in the corner. You really
me? Yeah. How can I? It kind of builds up, and I did pretty okay in the start, and then it got like I got knocked out pretty well after a while. My body was feeling like numb all the way through, and I was feeling like no real control anymore. So towards the end, I was letting go more and more, and not trying not to focus on time or anything. And certain markers I have with when I'm listening to your voice, I have like these things that trigger certain things, and I try to block it in a way.
So don't speak in the future.
Yeah, well, it's like a repetitive, like a repetitive thing where your mind goes oh shit, we reached this marker.
We're at that point now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool.
But it's it feels good all the way through. It's just all about conquering the psychological aspect of it. Sometimes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, I've got another question here.
Yeah.
Just especially for people who are kind of pushing longer breath holds. I mean, I'm interested to know if you find this translates like in your diving.
Oh, yes. So really, Paul.
I mean, that's what we want to do. I want to be a better diver.
You don't want to be a better static breath holder on your floor?
No, not that. Yeah.
So, Paul, what are you a Spiro? Are you a free diver? Are you both? Are you...
I'm a free diver. I've been diving for about 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
I live in Cape Town.
Yep.
So I just dive around in the kelp forest. I don't really dive down a line.
Yep.
But, yeah.
You'll find that doing regular static breath hold training like this, or regular pool training, if we can get back to pools, will have a very dramatic improvement on your comfort on longer dives in the water.
Okay.
It's really interesting, actually. I'll use myself as a little example. So, I spend most of my time diving down a line and training in a pool. And I hadn't done any static breath hold training. Like, static breath hold was not a part of my training regime until last year. And what I would find was that in the conditions of the pool and diving a line, I was very comfortable. But if I would go on like fun dive, just dive around on a reef or wherever, I found that like I was not a very good diver. I'd be doing like reasonably short dives. I wasn't super comfortable. And, I knew that there were, like, I was like, there was a part of me that thought, oh, maybe that's because I'm just so accustomed or attuned to the one thing that I do. And then I started training static breath hold, like what we're doing now. I started doing it, like 3 or 4 times a week. And I noticed that I became an absolute weapon, just playing around in 5, 10, 20 meters of water. Like, I swear my dive times have doubled. Just through, I mean, for me, I think there was a piece missing in my training, which was regular static breath hold training, because I just hadn't done it for so many years, because it just wasn't part of the training culture with the people I train with. But it should have been. We were wrong for a long time. So you will find that doing this training that we do here to have a very dramatic improvement on your actual diving.
That's why I've never really pursued static breath hold, because for so long, so many people have been saying, nah, don't waste your time.
Well, unfortunately, they're wrong. And if you caught me a year or two ago, I would have said the same thing. I really would have. And then I suppose I've been talking to some different people. I've been training with some different people. Been training different things with myself, and there is an undeniable improvement, and there is an undeniable level up for the people that train static breath hold and the people that don't.
Hey, Paul, think about the sensations you're going through now, and that you're getting dry land training for those, so that you're that more comfortable with them when they're happening to you underwater. I get it.
Lovely. All right. Is there anything else, guys, or are we all going to go have breakfast or dinner or lunch or whatever we haven't been eating, so that we could hold our breath?
Well, I was cheating yesterday doing some apnea walking.
You were what?
I was cheating doing some apnea walking yesterday.
Very nice.
I saw that. I knew that was coming this week, so.
Yeah, there'll be some apnea walks coming up, don't you worry. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you all on Wednesday then. It'll be in the morning today, so 9 a.m. Sydney time. But yeah, good work, everyone. Very, very good session. And you all did really, really well. So congrats.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah. I'm going to put the link to the No Fins course in Patreon. I don't know, now, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm going to go in and see what Erin's up to with Ellie. And help. You know what I mean? It'll happen tonight. Right. guys. I'll see you guys soon.